Good evening.
I have to fix these frames.
Oh yeah, we are. We've been framed.
uh,
Sorry,
this,
guys.
this is. And at the same time, my cat is like nudging my hand because he is unhappy with my hand not being like. Okay, hey, dude, chill. Are y'all seeing? I guess you can't really see it from this angle,
I
but he
can see it.
basically he like nudges my hand while it's uh while I'm trying to like do stuff on the keyboard because he just he likes to rest his head in my hand while he sleeps on my lap.
That's awesome. That's cute.
Um,
I've been thinking about cats lately because like I feel like a dog would be so much responsibility right now. As much as I'd love a dog, I feel like I could get to become friends with a cat again. I just don't. I don't do well with cats
you don't do well
because
with
like
cats.
because I'm a dog and they don't eventually like they get tired of my affection and bite me. Like I just want to play with them and they're like, don't touch me.
Because you treat
They
cats like
are
a dog, is what you're saying.
yeah, I treat cats like a dog and I don't like it because they're not dogs and that's specious.
That
So
that is specious.
it is specious. I have a lot to learn and I know this going in. I've always known this.
Well, this cat. You haven't met this cat yet, right? You haven't met
I have
GH
not.
in person. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he is like a dog. He like when I come in the door, he like acts like a puppy, which is the best.
Oh,
While he's still sort of a kitten, it's the best of both worlds. I don't know how long that's going to last. Once he starts to sort of settle into his catness. Um, Basically, if you look over my shoulder, you see Vespa. Uh, you might hear my wife hatcheting our most recent John that we brought in from the street. Um,
what is she doing?
she's she's just chopping up the body parts into little pieces,
Nice.
into meat pies.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. I don't know
It's
what
a time to get savory. It's a time to get more savory
it's fall,
and
guys.
hearty.
It's
Yeah, it's
fall.
fall.
It's just what you do
Yeah.
as the leaves start to change, it starts to get a little cold. You just start to make carnivorous meat pies.
Yeah, you may not know it from the weather, but it is fall. Oh boy, my food is
Ooh!
familiar.
Speaking of food and meat pies, Lady in the Rock posting in the chat. This is a pro move. Posting in the chat, letting us know that Lady in the Rock will be here in just a few minutes. We're cool. We're good. As I was gesturing, Vespa over there. No longer puppy energy, just straight up old lady cat energy. This guy, on the other hand, is just like all up, all up in my biz. I was getting a little worried when I like grabbed the camera and like point it towards where he is lying because it also happens to be my crotch. That is not my intention. It's not. All right. So while Phil fetches his Italian food, I am going to let you guys know what the 3 minute challenge is. So we only have a few viewers in currently, so I'm sure the people who were here. What's Lady in the Rock saying? What's Lena saying? You ever get into those conversations where you catch up with a friend for 3 hours and don't realize all the time? Yes, absolutely. Um, so since there's only 3 people here, there's only a handful of people here at the moment. Hey, Oblivion Spin! There's only a few people here. I'm assuming most of you or all of you have been here before, know what to expect. But in case you don't, I'm going to let you know what to expect. Here's what you expect in Casual Thursdays. Casual Thursdays is like Monday night's Art Smackdown, except without the competition. And Art Smackdown is like Nailed It, but with art. So what does that mean? That means that we are going to give you 3 art challenges over the next hour and a half. and there's gonna be a 3-minute challenge, a 15-minute challenge, and a 30-minute challenge. All of those are just for the love of the game, just for the love of doing art, and they will all be Halloween themed, or spooky themed, or October themed. All October, because it's Spooktober.
That's right.
It's also Inktober, so definitely if any of you want to do it in ink, go for it. But I know that there's like an official Inktober, like there's like already a chart of what people should be inking for October. I don't know. I'm 37. I don't know what the fuck's going on right now. So the 3-minute challenge. The 3-minute challenge for tonight is. I have to actually put it where it needs to go. Okay, it is. Show us your best idea of a creep mask. Go. Phil, can you fill us in? What is a creep mask?
Yes. Creep mask is the mask of a creep, a stalker, a general malcontent that will murder and defile your corpse, or stalk you, whatever you'd like it to be. I mean, I feel like we're always being watched nowadays. But imagine if the person watching you had a mask. What would that mask look like? And how would it relate? Yeah, I mean, make it make sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jason.
Jason, Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, yeah, Leatherface. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all different stories behind the masks. Leatherface was made from the skin of his victims,
Right.
Ed Gein style. Michael Myers, it was a William Shatner mask that he found at a gas station. And Jason, I don't know, he just found it one day.
Just, hockey.
He got
goalie
tired.
mask.
He realized that the sack was not very good for his peripheral vision, and so he just put the hockey mask on. Yeah, he. Who knows? And I think that a good mask can make or break the most basic creature in a horror movie.
It's crucial. It's absolutely crucial. So Halloween Kills premieres tomorrow.
Oh boy.
The latest installment of the Michael Myers saga Odyssey.
At this point, it's its own trilogy, but it's
a new trilogy. It's a David Gordon Green trilogy. So I through work at Mashable, part of my job is to interview the talent and the filmmakers who create movies and shows and shit that are coming out. And one of the ways that we sort of entice them to give us more time to interview them is to play games with them. There's a game that we play called Choose Your Squad, where in this case it was, we give them 18 characters, or like 18 characters or actor or like famous actors who were in horror movies, like who basically had cameos in horror movies. They have to pick 5 of them to sort of form a squad to defeat Michael Myers. So it was Judy Greer and Andy Matischak, and they basically drafted. And in order to create that, I had to do a deep dive into old horror movies, and it really is fascinating, the good ones and the bad ones. It's such a huge chasm. It's such a huge difference in quality. And time's up. Pencils down. Send your pieces of art to us at fartsmackdown@gmail.com. But yeah, I don't know. You are way more well versed in the horror genre than I am. Do you agree with that sentiment, that there's a massive division? There's so much space in between the good ones and the bad ones.
Of Halloween movies?
Oh, horror movies in general.
Horror movies. Yeah, of course, but I think they all end in the same scale. There's good movies done with no budget, and then there's bad movies done with millions of dollars, or the real sweet spot is when they're bad movies done cheaply, because you're kind of in on the joke.
Right.
A bad multi-million-dollar horror movie is like something that people grimace at them in the moment, and then maybe years later they'll rediscover it and be like, all right, that was fine. But like, I don't know. I think that certain horror movies, they kind of know going in that they're going to lose this one quality wise. And so, you either get let's do the best we can, or you get like drunk Lon Chaney Jr. live on television doing Frankenstein and thinking it's a warm up. So when he picks up chairs, he's like, break later, break later. He's, you know, or I don't know. The world is full of possibilities. There are bad horror movies, yes, and the divide is huge. But really, it just takes one thing, one element in a bad movie to turn it into a positive.
So, can you give me an example of a really of a technically or a bad horror movie that, or at least a movie that you were like, this is terrible, and then there was that like one thing that you're like, okay, here is something, here is my thing.
Okay. Yeah, I would say like, all right, if you look at the first Evil Dead, no one's particularly hitting it out of the park in that movie performance wise.
Right.
And Bruce Campbell will even own up to the fact that he was a 19-year-old boy when that movie happened.
It's weird because he already looks like a 47-year-old man.
I know, he's just got old bones. His bones were made in a Ford motor plant somewhere in Detroit. But like, there's not a single master shot in that movie. It's shot from so many weird angles. You could see that the form is breaking through. So like in the other movies, like in Evil Dead 2, which we talked about last week, like that's when they're finally kind of in their prime creatively. But in Evil Dead 1, at that point, they're all amateurs. They're still learning, but they've been doing it for years. And like making these small Super 8, 16 millimeter movies to show to their high school friends. So at that point, this is Sam Raimi doing his ultimate magic show. Because he would wear top hats and capes in high school. Weirdo.
Did he really?
But yeah, he did.
As if he wasn't fucking cool enough.
I know. He and Bruce Campbell met because Bruce was walking to class, and in the middle of the hallway, sitting down wearing a top hat and a cape, was Sam Raimi playing with action figures on the ground of the hallway. I don't know why. Who knows? But that's when they met, and then a friendship was struck.
Fucking awesome.
Right?
On that note, I'm going to show you some creep masks.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This one is from the best artist in the world, Oblivion Spin. Oh,
damn.
That's incorrect.
It must feel good to be a champion. Oh, damn. That is creepy.
That is creepy shit.
That is creepy. I think, yeah. Oh, boy. Look at that. Look at that smile and the ears.
This is Lazy Swan. Thank you for the subscription. God.
Thank you, Lazy
5
Swan.
months. Woo! Amazing.
Look at this. This is the face of the last thing you see.
This is and he Eric even goes, I have no explanation of my fears.
That's fine. You don't need an explanation.
No.
You don't need an explanation. This is just what came out of you.
This is what nightmares are made of.
Yeah. Can you imagine that at a gas station under like one of those those like lamps, those street lights, like in the gas station, just standing there?
No. Oh, speaking of which, I recently, because it came up on my YouTube for some reason, maybe because we're friends, but the Final Draft.
Oh yeah,
your film.
Oh no! Please don't ever play that. Oh no, I was a child. Oh don't ever do that. Oh god,
dude, it was fun as shit. I don't know. It
has a lot of hits, and I hate that it does because it's the only thing I've done that has that many viewers on the internet.
Really?
I hate that that's the case. That, and I have a music video of Night of the Living Dead done with Where Is My Mind. I'm still proud of that one though. That one's pretty cool.
I haven't seen that one.
I enjoy it. It's got like it gets pretty good views. But I just really liked um just building the story to Where Is My Mind with that. It felt really like I was able to create a mood. I was still pretty proud of that one, and that was like 12 years ago.
Sure.
So, happy
Well,
to relive my past glory.
well, I don't know. I am a sucker for a good film noir,
Look at this thing.
right? So this is from Art Girl, and let me know if that's not the handle that you go by on Twitch. But it's what your email. It's what your email says, and that's what I'm going off of. Art Girl. Um,
It kind of looks like Crichton from Red Dwarf.
the subject just says "Mask de Creep." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing and the nothing behind the eyes and the mouth. See, there's a common thread between these two pieces of art, and it's that smile. Like Lazy Swan said, like she loves that. We all think smiling is the creepiest. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so like when it's a smile surrounded by just blankness and nothingness around it. It's so eerie. It's so eerie.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
It's super creepy. And also something I'd never want to see. I mean, I don't want to see any of these people ever again when this is over.
Any of the people in the images, not the people who created the images. Yeah.
I think Art Girl's piece is the one most likely to also have a bow tie. And I think the Oblivion Spin one is most likely to have a like a black trench coat of some sort or a raincoat. Like,
yes, yeah. Like I started rewatching The Haunting of Hill House, and that face reminds me of the floating man with the top hat.
I haven't finished that show. And I don't think I got to the floating man with the top hat.
Oh, okay. It is fucking creepy as shit. Have you seen Midnight Mass yet?
Not yet. We're trying to decide between Squid Game and Midnight Mass as the thing to watch right now. And I think Midnight Mass is going to win.
Oh, you do?
On account, Lissa knows the lead guy. She's like, oh, I know him. And
Zach Gilford. They went to college together.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. He was dating Allie's roommate when I was dating Allie, my now wife, when they were at Northwestern together.
That's wild.
Yeah, I saw him in the Laramie Project.
Oh wow.
Anyway, this is Lazy Swans.
Lazy Swan. This is horrifying. It's another smile, but the thing is, it's a different kind of smile.
It is, and
these are three different kinds of smiles.
Very different smiles. This one's actually titled Mr. Happy.
She looks ravenous. He looks whatever. You know what? I'm just going to assign gender. I don't want to. I'm just not going to gender this, but it has some androgynous qualities. I think. I feel.
Yes.
And I like how the mouth is like kind of. It looks like if the mouth were to open, there would be tons of sharp teeth.
Absolutely, but like the hair reminds me of a like cartoon baby.
Yes. Oh God.
But but the baby has lipstick. There are so many contradictory things happening at the same time, yet it's like very much its own character that I'm creeped out. I'm gonna say
I'm suitably creeped out. I would never want to meet any of these officially.
No.
I was already pretty resolute in the first two, but this one I never want to run into.
We have one more.
Oh boy, yeah, this is absolutely a Roald Dahl villain, Abros.
Oh, absolutely. This one is from Abros. Abros wrote, "I tried explaining this one, but I fell short on words. I totally get it."
That's great. I love those weird hands like tendrils.
Yeah.
The leg pose. That's really fun. This guy is definitely an 80s horror character. It's definitely like some animatronic that maybe eats a kid. Look at this thing. What's happening? You all right?
Oh yeah, just my doorbell rang. I'm not sure. Delivery?
Yeah, late delivery, but I buzzed him and it's not opening. And I'm in the middle of cooking shit, so he's gonna have to deal.
I'll run down. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Vamp.
Oh! Hang on a second. I have to get rid of this old Zoom here. Okay. Slaney is joining us. We have to. She's hidden underneath all of these creep masks, I think. But she is here. You can't see her, so I think she has to maintain the surprise a little bit longer, or maybe take the mask off for. Well, I mean, the surprise off for a second, if she would like to catch her breath.
Okay, sorry.
We have to rearrange the board to so the world can see our third host.
Oh, Slaney's here. Slaney's here. Slaney! Oh my god.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, and fuck,
All right.
where is it? There it is.
All right, guys, hang on 1 second. We are pretty close to figuring this out. I feel so bad.
Is
This mask has been on here for so long, but I like it. I like it. That's a creep mask.
that's a creep.
That's a
a
creep
fucking
mask.
creep mask.
So thank you, Slaney, for your contribution to this 3-minute challenge. Oh, damn.
Slaney, you're just in time for the 15-minute challenge. You ready for this shit?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna rearrange.
Oh,
It
thanks,
actually
guys.
works as a cute
Wow.
hat.
I know, right? It kind of looks like a bucket cap.
Yeah. It's got a good.
All right, I'll wear it the next time I go fishing.
Yeah, that. See, now it's got a. Oh, that's.
All right. Okay. So, this is the 15-minute challenge. Your 15-minute challenge is what's underneath a sheet ghost?
Yeah.
Go.
Yes.
So, what this means
Hey,
is
I just want to
yeah.
say my apologies for arriving late.
Oh, of course.
Isn't New York New York? Am I right?
What's more New York than New York?
Then arriving late. Hey, I was tuning in though. I loved everybody's masks. Just gotta say,
So great.
really fun shit.
Yeah.
Holy crap! The fangs, the dead eyes, just all bringing it.
Yeah, but also I feel like we didn't get to talk too much about Abros's piece.
Let's bring it back up.
It looks kind of like it looks
Yes,
a
this-
bit like
Before we do, I just want to give a little bit of context for the sheet ghost challenge. Essentially, and tell me if I'm right or wrong. So if I'm right or wrong, Phil. There's a for a sheet ghost. A ghost that would be that like classic ghost that you'd see that you'd see with a sheet and the eyes and the holes for eyes and all of that. If you lifted up the sheet, what would you see? Right?
there it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
You know, it could be anything.
Could be
again.
yeah. So talking about Abros's piece.
I love this because it looks like an evil paper bag.
Yes.
It looks like or like a towel or some sort of
I thought sponge originally.
yeah sponge. Oh gosh, you like a cannibalistic sponge.
Yes.
Absorbent.
Yeah.
From
that,
a
like,
distance, I mean, maybe it's just me coming from a Mexican restaurant, but I was like, ooh, pina colada or some sort of like frozen drink,
Yes.
like a tequila, a
it's
margarita.
got the
or
color
some sort of...
It
profile.
does.
Yeah,
Margarita.
a mellow yellow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They call me mellow yellow.
That's his name.
Mellow yellow.
Yeah, those are. Look at those hooked tendril hands
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
the
this
least
is-
mellow yellow.
coming at you.
For sure.
Man, that is horrifying.
Could be in a kick line or could be like handing out pamphlets in Times Square.
It is the pamphlet.
It is the pamphlet.
It's the pamphlet that you turned down today.
Yeah, I love it.
How is dinner, Slaney? What'd you
Oh,
have?
so good. I honestly, I haven't left my apartment for 5 days. And halfway through that, I went and got my booster. So I guess I left it to go get a booster.
I got a booster this week
But
too.
oh, nice, good. And so it was nice to get out and really just like realize the kind of just serendipity of I guess this Mercury retrograde or what have we, this transition period of October. Everything's kind of just like happening. I don't know. I'm like, just on a personal note, I was let off from my job last week, but I was able to extend my stay at home. So I'm excited to like go home for like about a month. And then at the same time, a good friend of mine needed a place to stay. So I'm able to like give
You're
her my
subletting?
apartment. Yeah. Well, just like she's just going to stay.
Oh,
and,
that's
you know,
awesome.
yeah. And like water my plants. So that was my big worry, was that like my plants would die. So, you know, then you get carried away and like talking about life. And I'm so sorry that I tuned out. I
Oh,
didn't even
it's totally
realize it
fine.
was 8
Quite
o'clock.
all right.
Actually, I just heard it. I'll be right back one more time.
You got some food, dude?
I think so. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all taking turns. I got Italian food that I got for like
nice.
it was a seamless discount. It was like 35% off and free delivery. So it may as well be
Ooh.
50% off.
Right.
know?
You got a credit or something? They're treating you nice.
I don't know what I did. It was just that restaurant. I hope it's good. I just accepted it. I haven't eaten it yet, but looking forward to it. We are coming up to the compromise, right? Do we compromise the 15-minute challenge? Oh no. Have I made a mistake?
No. I don't think so.
Okay, fine. What do you think?
Yeah, no, just the 20-minute. Yeah. I think, it's got to be I think it's something fun. It's something unexpected. It's got to be like multiple limbs.
Yeah.
Or just sequins, lots of sequins. I know if I know Lazy Swan by now. It's gonna be something sparkly.
Sparkly. Yeah. I think
Shout out Lazy Swan.
I think it would just be the person's insides, but without the bones to keep it in place. Like you lift it up, and it's just a lump of junk, or it's a void, and then you get swallowed up in it.
Right, it's like a colostomy bag.
Yes, upside down colostomy bag that just floats above and in between the dimensions.
Yeah, I mean, what I would want it to be is like a person I've lost in my life. Although I can't say that I've lost anyone that I'm really connected to that I would like want to be surprised by their return. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little
in my life,
surprise.
luckily. But like, it'd be interesting if it was someone that you knew,
right?
You know,
kind of like throwing off the sheet to reveal a surprise game show gift present.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah, or someone's like, hey, you want to buy a watch? It's just like,
and then you just open up their sheet and there's a ton of gold watches.
Just Rolexes.
Yeah. You know, it'd be fun to be an assassin if you're a sheet ghost, because you could store anything under there, like daggers.
Oh yeah.
Just like tons of daggers underneath.
Yeah, you could have a whole nother person under there and then just like release them when you need it.
Yeah.
You know, like you just hold it, like they're wrapped around your midsection. You could easily hide them and then they just flop out.
Well, yeah, you could. I mean, it's way easier to be like two kids as a sheet ghost, sneaking into a movie than two kids in a trench coat sneaking into a movie.
For sure, yeah, way less seams and like buttons.
Yeah,
it's more billowy and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe there's some like movie snacks you're sneaking in as a sheet ghost.
If you're a sheet ghost,
you got your Pepsi, you got your popcorn,
Chinese food,
and you can eat it underneath the sheet
Yeah.
because like there's no mouth hole, so you're just snacking while you're scaring people. You're like, yeah, so what? What are you gonna do?
Yeah. What are they gonna do? Run away?
Yeah, like little crumbs are falling out from under the sheet.
So that's the only people know that you're not an actual ghost, but you're two kids pretending to be a ghost.
Yeah.
Are you a Pepsi person or a Coca-Cola person?
I am a diet Pepsi person, and only because that I don't drink soda myself, but my mother used to buy it for her lunch, and she would bring back like the spit. Basically, she'd
The
like
backwash?
not finish the backwash. Yeah, she'd bring that home with her and put it in the fridge, and that was like my treat. Was her backwash, and I never put it together until I was like older that
It's kind of
it
like
was
a
kind of gross.
little baby birdish. Just
Yeah,
going back and forth between mouths.
yeah. But that was my only soda. I mean, I'm definitely a huge fan of root beer.
Oh,
I would always
yes.
get root beer.
I like
I'm
Dr.
like
Pepper.
a Barks girl.
Love Dr.
Yeah,
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper's great too.
Barks is great.
Yeah.
Mug.
Mug
enjoyed it.
Mug was my jam. Like when I was growing up.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like whenever I'd go to the diner or the deli, like near like my like day camp, like in my town, I'd always get a mug of root beer, like every single day. Like that was my jam.
Yeah.
Oh
that's-
yeah, that or like cream soda. Or did you ever have birch beer?
Oh, birch beer's great.
Birch
Oh,
beer.
love birch beer, and it felt better because it was clear. It wasn't like all brown and
Yeah.
syrupy
Yes.
looking, even though I'm sure it was
I-
the same amount of sugar.
I love birch beer.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, real good. I used to drive past so I grew up in Maine, and we used to come down to Connecticut a lot. And so we drive through Worcester, Mass, where the Polar Company is, like the Polar Seltzer Company.
Oh.
And they had this like huge polar bear, like blown up polar bear thing on their roof on like I-84 or whatever, like that main drag through Worcester, whichever one that is. Maybe it's 95 by that time. But we would always like that was like the point that we would reach where we're like, okay, we're like 1 hour away after like a 7-hour drive. You know, you're like, okay, finally we made it to the polar bear. And actually a few years ago, it was like somebody vandalized it or whatever, you know, and like damaged it or whatever, and they haven't gotten it back. I think maybe they sold the company, but it was really sad to like hear that someone had
Oh.
you know heard it, because it was
Yeah.
such a staple of Worcester.
We have something like that.
I
So
was
like
driving through.
whenever we would early on when Allie and I would drive up, so we go up to Cape Cod every end of August, early September. And it used to be that when we would drive up there, we'd stop in Mystic, Connecticut, at this like one particular McDonald's. It was just so where her family had stopped a bunch when she was a kid, and it was just sort of like special. So we would always, so every time we got there, like we knew we were like about halfway, if not like a little less than halfway. Now it's switched because we're not McDonald's people anymore. We're all about Wendy's when we're on
Yes.
the road.
Oh yeah. Oh gee.
I'd like
Yeah.
to find a Roy Rogers if I can.
Ooh.
Mm.
When I was in the Midwest and I'd go to Cleveland a bunch, was it Carl's Jr.? Is that what it was? I think it was Carl's Jr. where I'd stop a bunch.
Oh, damn.
Cool.
Carl's Jr. is not bad. I like Carl's Jr. That was an LA thing for me because there are a lot more Carl's Jr.'s, and they have, I think, the best burger. I think in LA.
Oh.
If you're going below the good burgers, because I don't know how much of a fan I am of In-N-Out. I feel like every time I go, I'm somewhat disappointed.
I've never been.
I don't. I mean, I recommend it.
Yeah, I gotta
reckon-
try it.
You gotta, yeah, double with animal sauce or animal style. That's it. And then you have to get like well done fries.
Ew, that sounds dirty.
It's pretty dirty. But I
Animal
mean it's hey, it's
style.
in and out. It's in and out. So
Oh,
Who was making the menu there?
I always expect to be disappointed at In-N-Out, and I rarely am. I don't know. I think it's
That's
because
good.
I think it's because I mean I don't know. I think the nostalgia of it, because similarly, so when I go to Burning Man every year, we would stop at this one In-N-Out in Reno. Like it would be our last. It would be our last like meal before going into the desert, and often it would also be our first meal out of the desert too. And then we started switching to Denny's, which was the better choice.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So. I think there's a large nostalgia factor in it for me.
I
For
get it.
sure. Yeah.
I don't know how good Del Taco actually is, but it is absolutely my number one taco place, above Taco Bell. For nostalgia reasons. When I was so broke, I could eat like a king there, because there'd be like 2 for $5 burritos at like 2 p.m. or some shit. And so I'd do Postmates and then maybe spend like $5 at Del Taco or Pollo Loco, because you could go there and get a $5 chicken plate, which was like just chicken, rice, tomato, and that was kind of my diet for a while.
Oh, that sounds better than, regular fast food, though.
It's true. Honestly, there needs to be more taco drive-through places on the East Coast.
Yeah. Like fresh ingredients
Yeah,
or fresher ingredients, potentially.
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
for
Ingredients.
sure.
Less than a minute, farters.
Yeah, about 30.
Yeah, I didn't
30
have-
seconds. Almost.
I actually grew up in an island that didn't allow fast food restaurants, so I didn't really grow up
Really?
having any. I had to drive like a half hour to the closest McDonald's, but even then, like it was still a treat, like that we'd do on school trips or something. It was never. There was like a Friendlies, a McDonald's, a Burger King. which I was never
Friendlies.
a fan
That was my first job.
of. Nice.
And time's up. Art supplies. Dune.
My house in Tom's River, when I was a child, was right next to it was a McDonald's, and down the street was a Friendlies, and that's kind of mostly where my mom took me. A lot. Like we ate. She cooked every once in a while, but we were weirdly a fast food people. And it's a habit I've been trying to break myself from.
I get it.
Yeah.
Mark, are you drinking orange wine?
I'm not. It's a rosé that
Oh, okay.
Alan and I opened a few days ago. That we're going to North Carolina tomorrow for the weekend. And I just know that by the time I get back, the wine won't be good anymore. So I'm just justifying.
Yeah.
I'm just justifying drinking more than I probably would be normally on a Thursday night.
I know. I was just thinking
Oh, do you
that
get
too.
it?
I'm leaving town tomorrow as well, and I'm like, I have one seltzer left in my fridge. Should I go get it?
So you're going to you're going to Maine tomorrow?
No, actually, tomorrow I'm going upstate to Catskills, which I'm excited
Oh,
about.
where?
Is that the
Yeah.
wedding?
No,
Oh.
this is just a visit. You know Alyssa a lot. I'm visiting
Yeah.
her.
Where's
up
she living?
there.
Oh, like where?
Um,
Like what area?
They're like doing an Airbnb up there for a few months while they figure
Nice.
out work
that's
stuff.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
So
actually
I'm
gonna go and grab my
going
dinner
up on
right
a
now. I'll be right
train.
back.
Yeah. Going up on a train. Pretty psyched about that. I mean, hopefully it doesn't derail. I know it's going in the opposite direction, so fingers crossed.
Ooh.
But I've taken an Amtrak from Boston to New York, and that was fine. But I know that this for some reason, this upstate, Metro North, or not Metro North, yeah, Metro North on Amtrak or whatever. Anyway, they were having a bad run for a little while, and that
Oh,
one
no.
corner That one corner right on the river. I'm
Oh,
sure it's
gosh.
fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Okay.
I'm not too worried.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gonna be nice to like see the foliage. I haven't really been outside of the house for anything lately, so it'll be nice to just come
Oh,
get
yeah.
away.
I totally get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Storm King on Monday. Psyched about
Ah,
that. Yeah,
I
I've been
love
wanting to go to Storm King.
I've never gone. I've only seen pictures, and I'm I'm desperate to go one of these days.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm like just walking around fields and seeing cool art and like Andy Goldsworthy. I fucking love him and I'm just so excited to see all the installations he's done there.
He does.
Like
Does he
do you
do
know
the? I don't know who
the
he
like
is. But
natural he uses like the natural elements of that area, you know, like leaves or rocks or whatever, and like makes formations, geometric formations or like just sculptures and installations with those natural materials, and they're just so beautiful. Like it's usually like a gradient of color in
that's
like
cool.
a really super central shape, like, and then expanding out of there. It's basically like, you know, like coffee table photography, but like to see it in person would be really interesting. Like he's done a lot of interesting sculptures there that I've noticed, but I want to see the whole amount of them, and in person would be cool. And also Maya Lin, she's been doing some cool installations there. You know, she did the Vietnam installation in Washington, the Vietnam Memorial. So Maya Lin did some like kind of like rolling hills like installation, which looks really neat. So I'm excited to get out there too. And I didn't like, I knew that it was an expansive art center, and so but more recently I've realized that there's more to it than just like those little mirrored, you know, those like everyone takes that picture with like the like picket fence mirror sculpture.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone does that one. I mean, maybe I'll find out when I get there. It's like probably really cool looking, but like I think there are a bunch of other things that I haven't been introduced to yet that I'm really looking forward to.
Well, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great.
I'm talking about Storm King, Mark. Have you ever been?
Storm King's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that where you guys are going?
On Monday I'm going, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, Storm King is incredible.
Yeah. I'm really excited.
You guys want to see some sheet ghosts?
I want to know what's underneath.
Yes.
I'm curious.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is from Art Girl.
All right.
Art Girl. Hey, you've got a carpet.
That's really
Whoa, it's a party.
So the caption-
I love them. They're all different. Look at the different, like the one guy with attitude, the one ghost behind there that's like just kind of whoa. Oh, I love that little fella.
Yeah, the caption is just, but what if there were more ghosts?
Yeah. That's
Yes.
terrific.
It's fantastic.
Shy ghosts.
It speaks to our whole universe, right? There's just multitudes. We're just molecules,
Yeah.
and inside those molecules are more molecules.
Ghosts on ghosts on ghosts.
Ghosts on ghosts. I love it, and I love the shading in the background. That's
Me
so
too. Okay. So that is
Beautiful.
one.
Beautiful.
Ghostlings. Yes, Abra.
I can't tell. Are we like lying down and it's like floating over us?
Oh,
We're
I
getting
like
an
that.
up sheet.
So-
We're
Or
getting
is
an
it
up
like,
sheet.
woo!
Yeah, jump shoot. All right. This is from Oblivion Spin.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah. Boo.
I love the ghost face, the eyelashes, the two little nostrils, and the lips. Mwah.
Yes, and like the red spotlight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So cute. Boo. This would, oh man, you should put this
This is
online.
a fucking greeting
People
card.
would share this. Yeah, the people would share the
Like-
crap out of this.
And it's such a great like burlesque act.
Yeah, this has got a lot of. I mean, I hate to say it, and I hate that I said it the way I did, but this has a lot of weird commercial value to it. It seems.
Hey, sex
So,
sells.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that-
But we also know that
Wild.
this is a 1920s ghost,
absolutely.
yeah.
a cabaret ghost. Death is a
Exactly.
cabaret, old chum.
Oh, it's so good. And I love that the red is the only bit of color.
Hmm.
Yeah.
This is from Lazy Swan.
All right. Let's see. Yes.
The
Whoa.
caption is hiding his light. That's all.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Whoa.
cute. Look at that.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That makes perfect. Yeah, of course. You got to have the sheet in, or else you'll blind everyone.
Yeah, right? Yeah, we can't see what's underneath or else our brains will explode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And this is from Bros.
Let's check it
Oh,
out.
I love all the negative too. The white like
Yeah.
shading on the
Oh,
black
I know.
paper.
The
Love that.
inversion
So
of the
pretty.
colors is really
It's
something
really
because it kind of
neat.
tells you
Yeah.
what's going on there.
Yeah. Julianne Moore.
Is that Julianne Moore? That looks like Julianne Moore.
Yes,
Yeah.
more or less. Ooh.
Julianne, more or less.
Julianne Moore is the ghost. Oh, it's Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights.
Yes,
That's hilarious.
Boogie Nights.
that's also terrific in Boogie Nights.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. She's being modest here.
Oh yeah, I
These
mean,
are so great.
These
These
are
are-
amazing.
you guys are killing it.
I'm dead.
How's
Wow, I
Italian
love it.
food, Phil?
What?
How's that Italian
It's
food?
good.
Phil?
I actually, this was the best 1786 I've spent in a long time.
Oh, man.
Oh, should have been 10 cents less. Come on, we're Americans.
I think we should unveil the 30-minute challenge. Everybody, Halloween's coming up. I don't know if you've noticed by the last 50 minutes of the show. Assuming y'all are going to be costuming up this year, what is, for you, this year's Halloween costume in its ideal form? I feel like I feel like so often we come out guns blazing, but it never quite like is exactly how it is in our brains or in our minds when we set out to accomplish the costume. What is it? What is your ideal Halloween costume this year in its ideal form? Go.
Yeah.
You know what? This is actually a perfect segue for me to add an addendum to my story from Monday, which was my Ursula costume, and that whole weekend of like how it was like a fun Halloween weekend.
Oh,
It
sorry.
also
Before you go any further, I just want to.
Oh, yes,
I
yes.
just want to clarify. It's not 15 minutes long. It's just 30 minutes long. But in 15 minutes, we will be giving you the compromise. Go ahead.
Okay, so it was like this whole DIY costume. I made all the tentacles, like stuffed them
Oh my
all with
God.
like pillow filling. It was all like very natural looking. Like I could have easily been on Broadway with this costume on. I was working in a costume shop at that point, so it was like easy for me to have access to a sewing machine and just like make this costume in a few days. And but so I thought about it. I was like, okay, I'm a sophomore in college when I did this, and I made it with like scraps of material I already had. So like it was no cost to me to make this, except so I was like I was so poor. I was so broke. I had like $5 to my name as a sophomore in college, even though I had this work study. But it was just, October. Things are rough that first month. Anyway, so I'm like, me as a perfectionist when it comes to making costumes, I'm like, it has to be perfect. And I need those purple earrings that she has. And I didn't have any of them in my own collection. And I was like, okay, I either pay $5 for these earrings. So I go into a Walmart, right? Okay. So I'm like, if I'm gonna steal anything ever in my life, it's gonna be from Walmart.
Right.
So this is the one and only time I have ever stolen something in my life. And I justified it by it being Walmart. So I get there and I'm like, okay, these are like $5 earrings. They're bullshit. They shouldn't have cost that much. But even so, whatever. I was like, I could buy a sandwich and eat, for a day, or I could buy these earrings, honorably. And instead I put them in my pocket, and wow, what a thrill. But honestly, like I've thought about it. I've thought about it regularly my entire life. Trust me, my guilt is horrible. I feel awful about it, even though Walmart is awful and we should all be stealing from Walmart, or whatever. We should all like give to the Walmart employees, even the secret ones that are under the sheet. Like boycott Walmart. I've been a boycott Walmart kind of gal. So even stepping foot in Walmart was like, what? Where the hell am I? Anyway, can you tell? Can you tell
I'm not a Walmart.
about it?
I don't often go to Walmart. The most of my life I've gone to Walmart was like the 6 weeks I was in Florida, because there's so many, and also you can get a rotisserie chicken for $5.
Is that
And
true?
a $3 bag of salad. That's probably old because no one eats salad in Florida, right? I mean, I'm sure people do, but like, I just imagine everybody's getting Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, I've had Chick-fil-A once, and it was in North Carolina, and it was on my way back on the airport, and I was like, okay, and I knew that it was a problem at the time. And actually my friend Jason, who was Ariel, was like, Haley, you gotta go to KFC. And so I was like, okay, I guess if you're okay with it, then sure, I'll try Chick-fil-A with you if you're okay with it.
Where in North Carolina were you?
Um Not Dulles. What's the
Durham?
Durham, thank you.
I'm flying into that airport tomorrow.
Oh,
Ew.
cool. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, Durham is lovely. What a
I
cool
love
town.
Durham. Yeah.
Like their little botanical garden, and they're
Mhm.
so like hippie. They're like, Grateful Dead kind of like tie-dye psychedelics
Yeah.
kind of hippie town
Yeah.
in the middle of
I
like a
think so.
really red state.
Yeah. Like
Or well,
between Durham and Asheville, it's like and Charlotte to an extent. Less Charlotte.
It's also kind of like when you go to upstate New York and you see like these kind of red towns, and then like some tie-dye store
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
middle of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the campus there is lovely too. The
Duke?
UNC campus.
Oh, UNC.
Or
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm staying right near the UNC campus in Chapel Hill,
Oh, nice.
which I'm a little sad because
Yeah.
I don't think the Pitt Chapel Hill is a thing anymore, right? So.
Oh,
you know,
bummer.
it's a little
I thought they
frustrating.
were still going. That's a bummer.
It sucks.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, your one time you would have been able to see it.
Yeah, right.
Or have you? Have you seen it before?
No,
No.
not in person.
Dang. Yeah, it wasn't a great time to start up a comedy theater, I guess. Like a year before a pandemic.
No, it was. Didn't it like?
It was a couple years before that.
It's like
Oh, okay.
2017 or 2018.
Yeah, something like that.
So it was there for a little bit.
Yeah.
But rest in Pitt.
Yeah.
On the other hand, they are doing shows again in New York.
Yeah.
Shows or
Phil, you and I
Like-
will be doing one in at the end of November.
That is correct.
Awkward Family Dinner. It's coming back
Oh,
to the
good.
stage on November 20th.
oh my gosh, that works so well in the loft.
Yeah, really does.
It really does. What have you guys
Yeah.
already? Did you guys already talk about this when I left the room? What are your Halloween costumes this year?
Oof. I don't think because now my trip has changed, so I'm actually going to be up at home for Halloween.
Yeah.
But so whatever I have, I guess. I gotta figure that out. But I was going to go as a Black Widow, where I was like a spider with a veil, like in mourning, and then you'd like pick up the veil, and I'd have like all these googly eyes because I have like a bunch of googly eyes, and I have like fangs and these long like fingernails that I just accumulated through this year. That I'm like, what a weird thing that I've never been able to really piece together. And then that's kind of what came to my mind because I have like the whole outfit. I could just make a little veil.
That's awesome.
So it was a bit of a DIY character, and then I ended up having to change my plans just because of my flight. So I won't be able to really celebrate same way.
Sorry.
But you'll be there in spirit at
I know. At Young Ethel's. Please, if you're in New York, go to Young Ethel's, see the show that Phil and I wrote, and Phil's going to be performing his ass off. You got a lot of lines to memorize, man.
Hell yeah. I can't promise I'm going to know them all, but I will be, we'll get there.
But Phil does a really fun werewolf character named Warren Talbot from his show Welcome to Hell, and this is a fun like kind of Jerry Springer reimagining of his own kind of talk show.
Yeah,
Warren Talbot Live.
Yeah, it's
like
Monsters.
What? Yeah, tell them about what Welcome to Hell is, and then.
So Welcome to Hell is a talk show set in hell, and it features a lot of different acts. When we do it live, it was little like sword swallowers and burlesque performers and like Lloyd Kaufman, from Trauma, and it was a. Excuse me. It was
but you're like. Oh, I was gonna say
like coaching. You're like the band leader. Yeah, I don't. Sometimes I forget what I did, but it was just quite a bit because I was the band leader guy. So I had a band.
You're like the Ed McMahon or whatever.
Yeah, the Ed McMahon and the Paul Schaefer all together, drunk. Both. No, I wasn't drunk during that show. I was never drunk during Welcome to Hell.
So you're Vincent Wells.
Yes, Vincent Wells was BJ. Yeah. We have a
happy anniversary, BJ and Stephanie.
Happy anniversary,
wow.
BJ.
Oh, that's right. They got married on Halloween.
No, today they did.
Oh, today. Oh, it's today.
Yeah, they just like celebrated on Halloween.
Right on.
But yes, so Welcome to Hell. We do it quite a bit, and we did a season of it on Zoom last year. And we'll do another season, but right now we're doing this is an offshoot where Warren hosts his own show, and it's about monsters and humans in relationships together, and the secrets and lies and whatnot. You know, it's the Jerry Springer but with monsters. So we've got a pretty good gamut of creature features. We have a bog monster, an alien, a Frankenstein, a vampire. We got a wolf man. I'm a wolf man. That's true.
Yep, an undead lady.
An undead, yeah. We got, we even got a mad scientist. Yes, we do bring humans into this. Sadly,
well, humans are the monsters.
They are. So
For sure.
It figures itself out. And I think it's going to be a really fun time at 8:00, October 30th. At Young Ethel's in Brooklyn. And afterwards, I'm hosting a costume contest. So come dressed
and it's a free show too. It's free in the bar. So yeah, I wish I could be there. It really makes me sad that I can't, but
you gotta just
take this time at home. Yeah.
You do.
I worked through the whole pandemic. I think I can take a month to go spend with my family that I haven't seen.
Absolutely. I mean, I have to assume it's beautiful up there.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of jealous because I would love nothing more than to just be like in the woods, being spooky, all natural in the woods on Halloween.
I know. So I grew up on the biggest residential street in my hometown in Bar Harbor, And so everyone would like drop their kids off at the top of our street and then like, come back in an hour or whatever and pick them up at the same spot. So they would like go down and go to like a few other streets and then work their way back up.
To trick or
And so
treat.
it was always to trick or treat. Yeah. So it was always the busiest. We would get thousands of kids at our
Are you
house, like
kidding?
people from all around, all the towns, all like off island, because this was an island off the coast of Maine. So like
they'd
people,
come to your island to trick or treat.
yeah, to like my street, Ledgelawn Avenue.
That's crazy.
And so yeah, thousands of people, and our neighbor up the street would like keep a tally, so he would like give us our numbers. And then after a while, when I started, like when I was in high school and stuff, we started to realize like, oh, it's a big like financial burden. Like we actually have to pay for a lot of candy and stuff and
Yeah,
whatever.
how much
So
candy would you
actually
buy?
the town started, yeah, bags and bags and bags. Like it was probably they dropped like hundreds of dollars each year
No shit.
on candy. And we'd usually run out, and people would start like early in the day too, and that was usually like the college kids, they'd come around, or like the teenagers, they'd come during like the daytime, just like, trying their best. And then we'd get all the families and trick-or-treaters, or the kids or whatever. But so when I graduated high school, the next year, literally the next year, they started this thing where you had like, they blocked it all off to traffic. So because like this street was also like everybody was driving through, so it was just mayhem. But now, since like a decade and a half or so later, they've been doing this block party every year, and I've never been able to see it because I've always been in school or like living my life down here in New York. And so I've never been up for Halloween for like 15 years or something. So I'm actually really excited because everybody goes like all out on the street. It's probably like the next Salem kind of thing, like everybody goes to the nines. And like now the community like supplements like the candy distribution, so like people actually get cash for living on Ledgelawn and having to like pay. I don't know, I guess
That's really
that's
cool.
a luxury. That's a nice luxury. But I'm excited to see it also because like all my nieces and nephews are up there right now, and so it's going to be just adorable. It's going to be adorable.
That sounds like it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, maybe I could bring my costume with me
Yeah, why
and
not?
make it up there. Yeah.
I think it's the perfect time to let people know what the compromise is going to be.
I think so.
I mean, technically, we have 45 seconds left. It's fine. It's fine. All right, the compromise for this year's Halloween costume in its ideal form is: the call is coming from inside the house.
You already did creepy masks.
The call is coming
Wow.
from inside the house.
Scream. Oh my god, like the best first 10 minutes of a horror movie ever.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
ever
baby.
get better?
So,
Like every horror movie is now that because it's so good, right?
I know. And I'm really upset. They're coming out with another Scream
Yeah,
in like January or February.
right.
Which is really ballsy to go to let people know during like the build up to Halloween movies that Scream is actually going to come out like in the like what would technically be like the downtime of like the movie, like the movies that come out in January, February, I mean, are not often the one like the big blockbusters. Like it's like they're like, we'll let you all have your blockbusters, and then we're gonna come out in the winter when it's not even Halloween season anymore.
Right.
I think it's a big flex. I also am worried that it's not a flex and that it's actually the studio was like, it's not very good. Let's like bury it in the winter.
It's a throwaway.
But like also, I don't know.
Yeah, or they're like waiting for award season.
Yeah, I don't know. But I just like, why remake a perfect movie?
What movie?
Scream.
It's not a sequel, it's a remake.
It's
I
a
mean,
sequel. But
Is
it's
it?
a
Well,
reboot.
yeah. I mean, it has Nev Campbell in it, and I think
As the
Courtney
same
Cox.
character?
Courtney Cox and David Arquette, and
But like,
In
I
a-
don't know.
They're all like getting back together. Remember when we lost all of our friends?
like. 'Cause
Remember when we went through that? Because they're doing that with like I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Exactly, and they did
They already
that with
did
like,
that.
and they did that with like the Craft,
Garbage.
like
Yeah.
the Babysitters Club, Clueless. I don't know, but like they just like they keep coming out with different things that are like, hey, like this was fun when the adults were kids. The adults would want to
Yeah.
see this. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't
But
know.
isn't that Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Has that come out yet, or does that come out next year?
It was shown at Comic-Con, but it hasn't. It doesn't come out. I don't know when it comes out, but I think it's coming out soon.
I don't know. Just like we don't need it.
I'm surprised.
We don't need
I'm
it.
surprised we
everything.
didn't get Stranger Things this
Yeah.
month.
They're gonna be old as an
Surprised
It's
it-
coming out. I think it's coming out It's coming out end of the year. Or it's coming out next year.
I don't
Dude,
know.
Dustin is gonna be 40.
Right? They're so old now. They're so old now.
So,
Did you watch his prank show?
oh no.
Oh, he does a prank show.
It's called Prank Encounters. Yeah.
Oh
All right, I got
no.
Bolognese on my phone and I couldn't turn it off. Sorry.
Have you guys ever seen Fear Street on Netflix?
Oh,
yeah.
the new ones. Or I
yeah,
guess
the like
the-
it's like a 3-part series.
I did not. I was nervous
Against
about
it.
it. I was nervous about it.
Yeah.
Is it good?
So it kind of reminds me of like a Scream meets Stranger Things. But more like a cult kind of like witchy
Because
Yeah,
I read a
focus.
bunch of the books as a kid.
coven.
I loved the Fear Street books growing up.
See, yeah, I didn't know them at all.
Yeah, I was a huge R.L.
Me neither.
Stein fan growing up.
Oh yeah, they were too I'm not a horror fan, so like those used to creep me out. Yeah,
That's
like
not
I
surprising.
could do
I thought you would be.
Goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
I could do Goosebumps, but
It was a
no,
Goosebumps
I'm not
boy.
I'm
Me
not
neither.
like a scary movie kind of girl.
I was a big fan of the
Love it.
Babysitter trilogy.
Yes.
Babysitter's Club.
like-
No.
No, just the
The series of books of like the babysitter and like shit would happen to the babysitters.
it was an R.L. Stein book, I
Yeah,
think. It
yeah.
was like his offshoot series,
Mhm.
but for adolescents.
Yeah.
She was this babysitter and she had to watch this kid and she was getting weird calls, but it turns out it was the dad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
he,
like a
like-
classic tale though.
Yeah. And then in the sequel, it's her therapist. And then in the third movie, it's her. Third book, it's her or something.
It's
like
her
she goes
calling
crazy.
herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like her personality splits.
Whoa,
Um,
cool.
Spoilers, but when they resurrect that on Netflix, now you know. So
That's pretty
spoilers.
funny though. Hey, I just lost my job as a babysitter, so maybe that's why. Is it because my personality split? Will you guys be
Your
honest
person-
with me?
well,
Am I going crazy?
I think they chose your other personality.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
they're working.
Yeah.
My other personality is still working full time.
There's a dream you. It's 20. You're split into 3 different Slaney's. The one that is like always kind of in the meditative working state, and then the one that's just in the other zone.
The one that's just eating pie and drinking coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
I-
being a
I would love nothing
recluse.
more than to just be that. I just before I move on, I want to say Slaney has one of my favorite costumes from many years ago. It's like I think you went as a trigger warning.
Oh
Like your
yes,
head
yeah.
was a gun.
Yeah.
So like your head was
Yeah,
like
it was-
a barrel, and then the grip there.
Yeah, it's when everyone was starting to realize that school shootings were an issue and that they were scary. And so I was like, I'm the scariest thing in the room, an AK-47. So I made that just out of like cardboard and electrical tape. But
That's
yeah, it was
intense.
basically just I was just wearing it. And so obviously it was an uncomfortable costume to be in, but also because it made everyone else uncomfortable, not only because it was a gun in the room, but because it also like stood out from my head like really far. So like to get through the door I'd have to go like this, but then once I am in the room I'm also like taking people out.
Yeah.
So it was like it did
That's
its job. It was like
that's
taking
art,
people
baby.
out.
That's
It was
amazing.
I felt, yeah, it was that is, thanks Phil, that it's true. I really enjoyed that, like only because that's like a spooky costume. It's
Yeah,
not like gory. It's more like, oh god, this is horrible. Like
I
can't
like
we, it was
thinky
more like
horror.
political. Yeah, I like to get a little political, you know.
Yeah.
I have some regrets from my costumes in the past that have gotten a little political, or you know, on the in the zeitgeist, and maybe a little uh not thoughtful, not fully thought through. But anyway, it's in the
We
past.
all got those. We all got those. Well,
Yeah.
not all. Some of us. Some of us have. I don't know that I have those, except maybe
Mm.
I don't know.
One of the greatest costumes I have ever witnessed is two of my friends. They each got like matching like black suits, black like top hats, and canes, and then they attached themselves to each other with one long handlebar mustache.
That's awesome. Also, got to be
Amazing.
aggravating
It was it was
Oh.
amazing.
to live like that all day.
Yeah, they should be in a film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a
Yeah.
freak show.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna see if I can find find evidence of it.
That's so funny. That's very like American Horror Story. Kind of
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
or like Slender Man with a friend. Although Slender Man didn't have a mustache, but you know. Or
One of
did
my he doesn't, okay, because his face is blank.
Yeah.
I've seen the Slender Man in the video game Slender Man. That shit, I never want to play that game again. That is nightmare inducing. It's like you only have a flashlight and you're going around this like car park or just in the woods. You're in the woods, but you're by a parking lot, but you have to find keys and get out and go into this building and call someone, and the Slender Man is always nearby. So when you move your flashlight around, sometimes he's out there in the distance, and sometimes he's like right behind you, and he gets closer, and then it gets a little like dizzying, and you hear like a song or something. He can go fuck himself. I hate that he's been created, but hey, props to the kids that created him.
No, he created murder, like actual literal murder. So
Yeah, that's true. He didn't. But
well, the
idea-
brainwash mentality. Yeah.
It's
That's
really
pretty
frightening
scary.
because like Mothman has bodies. You know, he's got a body count because he blew up that bridge supposedly. But
What?
well, so the Mothman is a cryptid. I believe he is in the Maryland area, or no?
That's
I bel-
Baltimore. 5
no,
minutes, artists.
He is in the Point Pleasant area of West Virginia. Whoops. So there was in the town, the history of that West Virginia place, there was or Point Pleasant. There was a bridge that connected them, these two towns, and when that bridge was destroyed, which they believe was because of the Slender Man, not the Slender Man, the Mothman, it plunged one town into a depression because they needed that bridge so people could get to them. And like the amount of economic catastrophe caused by that is like kind of, it's almost like the steel mills closing in Pittsburgh for that town. And it was probably because of a cryptid that could possibly, some people think, is an angel of death. I
Or
met
it's a
dude
troll.
could be a troll. I met a dude in Burbank my first time in Los Angeles. He was a he was a concierge guy at the Safari Inn. He looked like Eugene Levy with like a wig and a big mustache, like Eugene Levy wearing a Jean Shalit headpiece. And he showed me his bindered manuscript about the Mothman. And he would all he would do was engage me about the Mothman when I was in that at the front desk, unprompted, and I'm pretty sure he did that to everyone all day. But I got a slight education on who he thinks the Mothman is. He thinks it's like a manifestation of God, but I don't know that that's true. Maybe it's an avatar of like set points in time or some. Who knows?
What if he is Mothman?
Yes.
Could be. Dude, yeah, that's right. On my way out, I saw him stand in the underneath like the street light, and then he like burst into a pile of moths, and they all just went up into the light there.
Right. I mean, it's always the people who can't stop talking about it that you're
Right.
like, okay, maybe you're a little too obsessed with it. This seems like you're just talking about yourself now.
Right. And the tease at the end of the movie is he actually is. You know.
2.5 minutes, artists.
There are some cryptids.
What else have cryptids taken down in front of our eyes that we have no idea about?
The other thing about them is sometimes like you wonder if it's a transdimensional being that is trying to approximate the world around it. And so the reason why like the Jersey Devil has like the body of a man and the head of a like it's got the wings of the head of a horse and like the wings of a bat and the body of a man is because like
of
maybe
a hot dog.
Right. It's got a hot, it was in New Jersey. There's
ham.
Plenty of hot dogs.
Yeah, a ham.
A ham.
A
ham.
Wait, what are those hams called?
Taylor
the Jersey
ham.
The
Taylor ham. It's not pork roll. It's not pork roll. No matter what anyone fucking tells you, it's not. It's Taylor ham. Is it Taylor ham, Mark? What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't care. Their places. There's this bagel place in Hoboken called O Bagel, and it says so. It has breakfast sandwiches, and one breakfast sandwich, it just says Taylor ham / pork roll. Even they're not taking a fucking stand.
Well, because on the sack of processed meat, it says Taylor pork roll.
Does it?
So,
hey, piglets.
Yeah. But pork roll is ham, and it's from Taylor. Some guy named Taylor. So it's Taylor ham.
Okay.
I love
40 seconds, artists, on 30-minute masterpiece challenge.
I mean, speaking of ham, Pig Bullets is in the chat.
Pig bullets.
I love a good sausage roll from England. Oh man, I wonder if Lazy Swan knows. I wonder if Australia has any good sausage rolls. Ireland has some good ones too.
There is an English brunch place on the Upper East Side, and I want to go get an English breakfast there one of these days because I know English food is probably not the best or most healthiest, but I'm curious about savory puddings.
Oh my god, they're so good.
Time's
blood
up.
pudding. Oh
Art
my
supplies.
God, I love blood pudding.
Down.
My family's actually been really into making classic Irish breakfast. So like we get all of it. We get just like the full out. The last time I was with my family, I got it twice. It was like, wow, beans, tomatoes, like good ham. You got to do like the Canadian ham, or the Canadian bacon rather. Bacon. But yeah, we just got like good slabs of ham and
so like,
blood pudding.
What is Canadian bacon? Because it's just ham.
It's just
right?
a cut. It's just a different cut. Just like a thick circular strip of. Yeah, I mean it's bacon, but it's
circular
cut different. Yeah, it's like the strip that goes with like the fat with a long strip. Yes. Instead, you're taking that and you're slicing it down the side, right? So like you're slicing through the circular thing instead of making it into strips.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're discs rather than strips of
Pickles
bacon.
wants to know if haggis is as good as they imagine.
Oh my god, yes, haggis is so good. I like it.
What
I mean, I went to
is
Edinburgh
haggis?
to have it. It's just like intestines. It's just like all the leftover shit.
Okay.
It's like the not gullet. What is it called? Gizzards, right?
Oh, gizzards. Yeah, no, the gizzards.
It's good. It's like a blood pudding, although I guess there are some haggis can be kind of like chunky, which is less appetizing, I'd say. But the one that I had was really like smooth and velvety and much like a blood pudding, and I really liked it. I really enjoyed it a lot.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh man.
I'm interested. Scotch eggs
just gotta,
are
like-
fun.
Oh, yeah, Scotch eggs.
Harbinger of haggis.
What's that from?
So American Nice Murder.
Nice.
Ah.
Oh yes, that's right.
Oh yeah. Oh, man.
Underrated.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I just we watched it a couple nights ago. It's just
Where's Mike Myers?
it's
Why
just
is he
so
not
great.
making
They are making a movie or a series or something. I don't know how serious it is, but so the whole rant that he as his father basically goes on in So Married an Axe Murder about like the Pentaveret, the handful of 5 people who run everything in the world, the Queen, the Rothschilds, and Colonel Sanders. They're making a show basically called the Pentaveret about it. Or a movie. I forget what it is. But
I love that.
there's so many scenes in that show or in that movie where like especially when he's playing his dad and Anthony LaPaglia is over and they're not even hiding how much Anthony LaPaglia is losing his shit. He just can't keep it together. It's awesome.
I love that, and also like Alan Arkin in that movie is amazing.
Best.
He just
Hey,
can't
Paisan.
He's trying to be a tough guy. It's very endearing.
It's great.
Oh yeah, so it's not gizzards, it's pluck. A sheep's pluck is the term. Or offal, a calf's offal.
Yeah.
So
it
basically
sounds
just
all
like
awful.
stomach, liver, all the like intestines that go uneaten aside from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like my savory puddings.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
not
I'm excited to
offended
try
by
it.
them.
It's
It's
the
mostly
knowledge.
oatmeal. If you just focus on the idea that it's like, a lot of oatmeal.
But it's not though. It's not.
Yeah, there's like
I mean, as
there
a-
are grains. There's
binding
grains in it.
agent.
Yeah. So like just focus on the grain and less about the innards
Thing is, though, I'm happy to just.
and also the stomach that it's like put into. I'm sorry, lazy.
Sorry, Lazy Swan.
Is there an equivalent? Like, what's the sausage in Australia, or the blood pudding, or the savory pudding in Australia? Like, there must be one.
Yeah.
Kangaroo.
Yeah.
Kangaroo pudding.
All right, we got some art from Oblivion Spin.
Oh yeah.
The subject or the caption is, I got the ears and horns to be a satyr for Halloween, but ideally I would become a satyr but ideally I would just become a satyr for Halloween. My boss looks like the Lorax, but I clearly do not remember what the Lorax looks like.
I mentioned it on Monday because Squeakwatch had a or no, Schwarzenberg did a thing that looked like, oh yay, that's great.
I love the Lorax going, you still coming to work today?
That's
Dan
great.
Flute. Dan Flute. Is that a phone on the stove?
Pan flute.
Oh, pan flute. Yes, pan flute. That's
great.
great.
I love it.
He's in a ring. Oh
Jaded
man,
theater.
we saw Lamb this weekend.
Yes, that was
Oh, it was great.
wacky.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't say anything. Whoops.
Well, no, just don't, I know what you're thinking, and we should stop now because
Yep.
Yep.
Go see Lamb.
Sorry,
It's cool.
that
good.
last entry contains spoilers.
Sorry. I forget about like
whoops.
modern day horror films. You're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah. This is
You
great.
give away spoilers of
from
all
Art-
others.
This is from Art Girl. At first, I was thinking just going in my best goth getup, and then remembered my D&D character that never came to be, the Arachnid Necromancer.
Nice.
Yes. Oh my
Pest-
god, those platform boots.
Oh, those are great. Pest control.
So how do you go about creating an arachnid necromancer in D&D? Are you going for, I mean, like, are you like a druid or someone that can control animals but also double classing as a sorcerer or wizard? I'm sorry, don't want to talk shop here, but anyway, get back to us in the chat. I love the layers and textures.
I scream
her
of
dress.
genie.
Okay.
She says, "Don't ask me the logistics of D&D."
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
This is so great.
D&D stands for don't nerd don't.
Get out of here. That's actually a good tweet.
It's really good.
You should absolutely tweet that.
Okay, I'll tweet that. I love that I didn't get to say, but I love the eyes that you've created. Like, it's
Yes.
a really cool character there.
It's got some Tim Burton qualities.
Yeah,
it's got
very
quirky
cool.
corpse brideness. I love the scream scream Ghostface killer guy. Kind of,
Yeah,
he's
you just
almost taken
whipped
aback.
that.
Yeah, he's kind of just he's too stunned to do anything about it because he might be afraid of spiders.
I love the spiderweb dress is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Queen Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Dubbed the.
And that's a jawbone on her head.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I love
absolutely.
this.
That's
The
It's
jawbone
so
crown.
cool.
Sick.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Work,
awesome.
folks.
And
She's really cool.
this one is from Lazy Swan. Getting my roaring 20s on, Boardwalk Empire style. My husband
Nice.
may blow me up because I said he looked a little tired.
Is that your husband exploding?
I think so.
That's awesome.
Wow, I love
that
it.
explosion in the back and
It's gorgeous.
the art is as always. This looks like concept art for a real life person.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
can sort of see it exists as it exists in real life.
Yeah,
it.
and like, oh, sorry.
No, that's it. The textures again.
Yeah, and like you're able to, and it must come from your design to background that you're able to like capture these bodies in and design for them, but also create movement with their bodies as if you like this character already. I'm really a big fan
Yeah.
of like your concept design and just like fashion design. But you take it another step further. You like really flesh it out and make it your own, and it's really cool. Also, the midsection is missing. It looks like a skeleton.
Oh,
so
it
that's
totally
kinda cool.
does.
It's like
Yeah.
a 1920s flapper skeleton.
And this last one is from Abros. It's titled Ghosted.
Nice.
And look at Julianne Moore in the background. Creeping. The creeper mask.
I love that.
Ooh, Boogie.
Oh, that's so great.
Wow. And the phone.
You dressed up your art posing doll to be in this, or is that their natural state now?
The tiny
She has a tiny phone.
phone. Yeah, it's like a cheerleader costume, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's it. Those are all 4 of them. The art tonight was absolutely incredible,
Yes.
as
Did you guys-
usual.
Fantastic.
Did you guys have access to a McDonald's play place?
Yes.
That reminds me of
Yes.
just to bring back the fast food aspect of our conversation earlier.
Do you remember going into one of the like a play place or a discovery zone and realizing I'm getting too old for this shit?
Yes, yeah, when everything
Yeah.
felt really, really small,
Yeah. Yeah.
and everyone near you had way more energy than you did, and you're like, all I want to do is sit in this
Yeah.
ball pit. Can you leave
Yeah.
me alone? Why are you choosing to throw all the balls around? Just sit. Like a
Yeah.
jacuzzi, like a ball pit jacuzzi, right? We're just like, yeah.
I used to cram inside the Warner Brothers Studio store spaceship that they would have in the back, and then eventually this kid was like, "Yo, you think you're too old for this?" And he was like, he was definitely 8, and I realized, yeah, that was my 18th birthday. No, I was like about Mashable screening. What is
That
this?
was that I brought the wrong image over. Sorry. This is something that Lazy Swan just sent me. I think this might be in reference to the meat conversation we were having.
Ooh, a roux pudding.
Roux tails.
Whoa.
Beefy pies.
I realize I have not I've not let people know who the audience champion is for this week.
Well, I think it's about
I
time.
think it's about
We
fucking
get
Oh
time.
yeah, are we gonna look back through it, or are you just gonna announce?
I'm just gonna announce it.
Okay.
Everybody, gather around.
Oh, I thought you said everybody won.
I
I'm
know.
like, oof, this is
The-
gonna be a crowded Monday.
Big
The
Zoom.
audience champion for this week, coming back for a chance at the best artist in the world title, is the Lazy Swan.
Oh shit! This is gonna be a slobber knocker. Look at that! Look at that!
This is the audience winning piece.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
So good.
so fucking good.
yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for another fantastic casual Thursday.
Yeah.
Anything that I missed, guys? Anything you wanna?
I've thrown it out there. We're thinking about like trying to engage with you guys on
Oh,
the Discord
yeah.
more, and like just trying to figure out ways in which you think maybe that we could improve the Discord experience, or at least for engagement purposes. And maybe that might mean more long-term art projects, like a prompt on Monday to be revealed on Thursday or something, or an art prompt on the day of Casual Thursday so that people can join up and maybe they have a little bit more time to
Yeah.
really submit stuff.
Yeah, like an art challenge that lasts multiple days, if not a week, to give people as much time as they want to be able to put towards it or not. Yeah, let us know. There's anything. Also,
And follow us on social media. Follow us on
yeah,
Instagram.
yeah,
Instagrams, the Twitter.
and if you have any ideas for what type of costumes we can Phil, Slaney, and I can wear on Monday nights for the remainder of October,
We would love that.
let us know either on social
Yeah.
or in the Discord, and we will pick one
Postman, yes.
each week. But yeah, I'm going to raid the Friend Zone channel, as has been our want the past couple of weeks. But yeah, until Monday, have a wonderful weekend, everybody.
Doodles.
Doodles.
Great art.
Great
Thanks,
art.
everybody.